everybody, and welcome to another weekly connection. We just had our, what do you call that, a reflector? Fall on the ground, so we're not going to use it anyway. So here we are again. It is still summer, pretty warm still here, but we are getting in, little bits of rain here and there, and we're supposed to have some more, so I'm hoping for more rain. So a lot of you, the main thing you asked when I asked for questions was about Ascension. So we're going to talk about Ascension. There's two parts about Ascension. The Earth and what the Earth goes through, and then what we go through. So let's talk about the Earth first. And I have a little paper because I have some stats, excuse me, to discuss so that we can go over that, and hopefully I can give you more clarity about the process and what's occurring. So there are two factors happening. One, the Earth and the Earth's vibrational frequency and pulses, which are called Schumann rays. And the Sun, which is the designated form of transition or ascendance, same thing, okay, which is going into solar cycle 25, and it should go into maximum now. Soho made the announcement that it's going to be 1 year earlier than they had determined. So the Sun is doing its thing, the Earth is doing its thing, and then you have climate change affecting Earth. So the Sun is the catalyst, the thing that's going to pull the trigger. That's what's going to pull the trigger. But you have all these other things going on at the same time. So today we have several Ascended Masters with us, and Saint Germain is leading this one. So, and Lord Katumi, Saint Germain, Lord Katumi. Okay, so we're going to spray with our aura spray and clear. And we're in the front yard today, which is kind of fun. All right, and then our oil. And I have to be careful when I'm out here. Everything's balancing on rocks. So, come on, there we go. So you take 1 drop of your cosmic thrust oil. All right, and this is going to bring us together. This is going to make that connection. Rub your hands together, put it into your energy field, and take a deep breath in. And that quick little inhalation, like a 15-second meditation, aligns you, heaven and earth, protects you so that your solar plexus is really strong, and allows you to endure more what's going on the planet. So the cosmic thrust oil is very important ascension tool. And we're going to talk about some other ascension tools as well, because what do? We all feel like we've been, as I say, dropped from a 3-story building lately. I have a semi-frog in my throat. Okay. So there's these 3 factors when it comes to the mother and the earth energy. The Schumann frequency, which is that energy, that pulse of the mother, has been going berserk. The Sun is actually a little calm. As we're getting ready to go into solar max, you're going to see solar flares going off. So the earth frequency is erratic as heck. And today it went all the way, what was it, an 80? Yeah, an 80. And I've never seen an 80 before. Never have I seen an 80 before. So it went all the way to 80 and then came back down to the normal Schumann frequency. I think it was an 8. That's within normal range. The point is, though, like we've been going 22.4, 45.7. So we're getting dropped. So, and what's happening also is that NASA, when these frequencies get too zhizhy and overwhelming and going up and down frequently, like if you only have 1 spike and then come down, they're not going to do it. But if you get a lot of them, they black out the site, so they won't tell you what's going on. So, science knows we're in this. The other day, what was that? It said that we're in the red zone for climate change. In our opinion, we passed the point of no return about 5 years ago. Always, everything you hear in the news is reducing the impact because they don't want mass hysteria. But what is happening is that Schumann frequency tells you that the Earth is getting ready to do something. Now, our electromagnetic shield, not the whole thing, just the outer band, is what protects us from UV radiation from the sun. And that keeps reducing as this Schumann frequency is increasing. So our protection is going down from outside elements like the sun. Now, this is all normal for any transition or ascendance, and we feel the poles shift. As this happens, and they know the poles have shifted several times, this can be recorded from Earth. So we know that's happening, but we're accelerating it now, especially with the climate change. What do you call that? Global warming, whatever. I don't particularly care for that term, although it is burning up and warming up. But as these climatic changes are occurring as a result of everything, it's affecting Schumann frequency. It's affecting, our climate, our weather, and all of these things, and everything affects another. When the sun has a solar flare or a solar event, it affects our climate. So the closer we get to transition or ascension, you're going to have more and more and more and more of this disruptive energy happening. And another thing that's driving this is something called the photon belt. And the photon belt is where we are in our movement through the Milky Way, and we don't through the galaxies, we don't go around in a circle. We know now that we spiral. So we don't actually come back to the same place. So we're moving forward. The other thing is that our dwarf star, our brown star, and this was in the news, they're finally admitting that we have a binary system with the sun, and our little old dwarf star they were saying, was creating atmospheric problems for us. So, and weather impact as well. So science is actually coming on board with a lot of this and talking to us about it. Now, some people have called that dwarf star Planet X. It's just our dwarf star. It's our binary system within the galaxy. So, okay. So throughout my evolution, I don't mean just lifetime, because this is only my second, and then I'm like, goodbye. But one of the things that I do is work with architectural configuration when I'm not in a body. And so I've seen a lot of ascensions. I've seen a lot of transitions of planet. This one is an ascension, by the way. The last one was a downward. We dumped down 23 degrees, and the mother wants that back, and she's getting more than that, actually. So we're coming around. We were at the lowest part. Now we're coming around up the other side of where we were when we fell, and now we're going to be in that, what do we call it, state of Aquarius, ascension, that light phase, 5D. So the Earth is going to move this, and that's what the Earth is going through. So I'm going to talk just about the Earth now, and I'm going to talk about us later. But there are many things that you can do about, like you notice I'm wearing moonstones, magnets, using your cosmic thrust oil. There are many things you can do to help with these Earth disruptions. And you want to be able to insulate yourself as much as you can. Meditation is very important because meditation allows you to be more resilient, more elastic. And that's the thing. We have to be more fluid, more moving as the Earth is going through these changes. So I'm sure you're going to have questions about all of this. Let me know. But I'm trying to condense. I have done whole day workshops on this, and I'm condensing it into a few minutes. So that is what's happening on the earth. And the earth is going to trigger herself and move to the 5th dimension. And then I'll talk about next week what it means for us to move into ascension. All right, so let's do our meditation. So I'm going to bring that energy from source, that golden, yummy light that comes down through our body. Feel your knees, because your knees are going to give you that grounded, that rootedness in your kidney energy, right? Your root chakra. And then down into the earth. And be sure to really grab on to that grid, because you want maximum protection. You know, you want to be fully connected. So then you bring it around the grid and up your back. And that has an essence of the mother in it. And it comes up, and back to source. And then whoosh, back down the front again. And this is the yang energy, right? And it comes on down. It gives us strength and courage and stamina, wisdom. And we bring it into the earth and around the grid. And now we have that nourishment and sustainability also from the mother. Nourishment and kindness and compassion and love. And we want to just bring that around and around and around. There you go. Just feel that. Just feel that orbit. You need to have that strong ground. Your magnets will help you stay grounded. Cosmic thrust will help you stay grounded. And Moonstone is the transition stone, because it brings us from ego-based reaction into heart-based reaction. And that's part of what conscious use of power is. So keep bringing that orbit around. Good. And now we're going to bring it around and bring it, this time we're going to bring it up. And it's going to waterfall out to your root aura. Aura. And I will do a whole thing on the aura colors. So when I talk about the aura color and the bright blue of the root aura, it's not the same as the chakra color, which is red, or sometimes so dark it looks black with stones. There's such an intense amount of red in them, they occlude, they turn black. But they're actually red, like hematite is a root stone. And if you shave off a part of it, you can write on it, it's like a brick red, you know. So I'm talking about, when I refer to these colors, in the aura, not the chakras. And some people were confused about that. So let me clarify that now. So, all right. So we're in that root aura, and we're just filling it up, because we want to shift that 3-based humanity DNA within us into a 5D DNA. And then we bring it out into our sacral aura. And you know, Katumi is obsessed with the sacral aura, because this is where we shift all those dogmas and dictates and limited belief systems, you know, and delusionary thought. Delusional thought. Okay, so we want to fill that up really good. And then we want to go to the solar plexus, where we emanate our power of light, not of ego, of heart, of kindness and compassion, not ego. Excuse me. So we do that. Good. Really fill up that 3rd aura so that you can be that light. And now bring it up to the heart, where we radiate out that love, that moonstone, that energy of understanding rather than judgment. And then into the throat. And remember, we have the conscious intent really active right now, so your words need to be absolutely impeccable. You must be very, very clear about the words you speak. So don't call people names and things like that. So we want to be everything that we are through the throat chakra is our expression of who we are. And we want that to be that light. And we want to come from love, not ego. And the 3rd eye, where you're like Right on. Let's do this. We are ready. It's a great time to be here, by the way. Please don't have any fear about what is happening. This is a great and monumental event. And we're all doing a good job. And then your crown. Feel your crown aura. And just enjoy that energy as you emit that love and that light. And through the crown is how we develop our telepathy. But you know, they say you're not allowed to hear what's in someone's mind until you don't care. I'm not here to say whether what you are doing or thinking is right or wrong. Doesn't matter. So when someone actually learns to be telepathic and in energy radiance, as one develops and grows in consciousness, that does, because we do a lot of empathing in energy radiance, and you have to be an empath to be fifth dimensional. It's just one of the criteria. So we want to bring that light and radiate it out a good 12 to 16 inches. Saint Germain said, give it all you got. Because this is where we have our protection. It keeps people out of our solar plexus, and it allows us to be a juice bar, share that light, and protect ourselves and know and understand others. So it keeps us from being judgmental. So it's very important to keep your shield on, Scotty. Shield up, shield up. All right. So be sure to keep this on 24/7. It's very important because we are going into what we call the critical mass point. And it'll be within the next few years. It's not going to happen tomorrow. But we are entering it because we feel that volatility in our bodies. So, on that note, please like me and subscribe. Give me any comments and anything more. I'm going to do, the second one is going to be about us and our bodies and what Ascension is to us. So there's going to be a part 2 to this coming up. And then just make sure to take care of yourselves. Sleep when you need to. And on that note, I will see you next week. I love you all. Bye-bye.